All right, addicts, check this out. We have a few members from the band Lowside. Guys, how you doing?
How's it going, Billy? What's happening? This is Ron Taylor and Darren Blatt.
Sweet, man, sweet. So now, let's talk a little bit about Lowside, because you guys aren't really strangers to the music scene, but Lowside is a new project for you guys?
It is a new project. As you know, we both came from the band Lily and Axe. We spent about 14 years in that band. I sang on all the first CDs. I think I was on like 7 CDs by the time it was all over. And Darren came in around 90 or so.
Yeah.
Around 90, Poetic Justice record. And we just kind of, in 2004, we played over in Germany at the Bang Your Head Festival, and after that, we had both pretty much just kind of had it with the whole touring thing, and wanted to kind of come back and be with our families and start doing some musical stuff on our own, and that's kind of where Lowside came from. We came back home and
started doing acoustic shows, and
well, actually before even the acoustic stuff, we were playing with some guys here in Dallas and trying to get something going, but just never could quite get that magic to happen, and so Darren just said, hey man, let's just don't try to do the band thing right now. Let's not try to push live shows and stuff like that. Let's just shut ourselves in a room and I'm going to play guitar.
Yeah.
Darren was the bass player in Lily and Axe. And he's like, man, I know how to play guitar. I'm not some virtuoso or anything, but I can handle it. And so we just sat down and started working on stuff, and he would
just bouncing ideas around and trying to find ourselves with it, and it was really for fun more than it was for anything else, because we played music for so long. We weren't just gonna just shut down and do nothing,
And we were, and we weren't, like you said, we weren't in a hurry to try to put a band together. We were just writing songs, and that's what was fun for us, And he would go home and he would throw stuff on the CD for me, give it to me. I'd come back and cut it all up and rearrange it and give it back to him. He's like, "What the heck is that?" And he's like, I'm like, yeah, what you thought was the verse is now the bridge, and what was the chorus is now the verse, and and he's like, yeah, hey, that ends up pretty cool, So we also started doing a lot of acoustic stuff, as Darren was saying before I so rudely interrupted him. But we were playing playing our stuff acoustically and going out and it actually started. A buddy of ours in town said, "Dude, will you come over to my house and play?" There's a good friend of mine forever, and he's got an awesome setup at his house, and so we were like, sure, let's try that out. And we went over there and we played some Lowside and we played some covers, and we had a blast. So we actually started booking some of the little bars around town and going and doing that acoustic thing. And Darren was loving it because it was really putting him under pressure to really carry the guitar.
Yeah, because acoustic, you don't have much to hide behind. It was just me and Ron doing that, and it was a lot of great experiences for me.
And it kept us focused on really what we were doing, really, and that was writing music, not trying to get out and promote shows and deal with what comes with a 4 or 5 member band. It was just the partnership of us writing songs, and what we wrote during that time is what turned out to be the Lowside record. And it was during that time that we really found ourselves and found our style, because we were writing all kinds of different stuff. We said anything that comes out, we're just going to write it. We've really got some. I don't know. I wouldn't call it easy going, but we've got some acoustic type songs that did not make the record because they just really didn't fit in. But as we kept experimenting with all this different stuff, we weren't really trying to go for one certain style or one certain genre or We weren't under pressure to try to chase a current fad or anything like that. You know, we're too old. We don't even know what's cool anymore. So we were just doing what we wanted. But all of a sudden, you start seeing these songs. This group of songs started sticking out as being, hey, that sounds like a record.
Yeah, we were out playing them live, and you can tell the response from the audience that they were digging it. And that's when we decided, hey, we need to really record these tracks and put out a CD for real. And that's where we're at right now.
So let me take you back just a little bit. So after all that acoustic stuff, we put a version of Lowside together with a bass player and a drummer, and we were playing out, as Darren said, and getting some feedback on the songs. And it was during that time that, once again, we found ourselves focusing on promoting local shows and doing stuff like that rather than what we needed to do to get a CD done and to get these songs on the CD. And we just sat down one day and we said, look, let's just stop playing live. Let's get in the studio and record these songs. And our buddy Sterling Winfield, who he worked with Pantera, Damage Plan. Hell yeah. He's from that whole camp. You know, he'd always told us he'd love to work with us, so we got with him and came up with a game plan and went in and put the drums and the bass down in a real nice studio here in town, put those down on the old school 2-inch tape. And then we put all that into Pro Tools and then took that to another studio here in town where we did guitars.
And we bounced around studios in Dallas for a little bit of time to get it together. But
so we did the guitars and we started the vocals there. And during that time, Sterling had been trying to get his studio happening in his home in town. And that's where we finally ended up finishing off the vocals and then doing the mixing over at Sterling's house. He's got a great setup over there, and he's really doing some good work over here.
Cool.
What else? That's kind of where Lowside. You know, that's where we. This was over a period of about 3 years. So, you know, when we said we were not going to play until the CD was done, we were thinking 6 months, and it just we were taking our time. And there was things, you know, I had a baby, well, my wife had the baby, but I helped. But we had a baby during that time, so you know that took a little time away. Sterling had projects. He was in Europe for a bit, and he ended up on a project in Colorado for a bit, doing a record. So there was downtime during that period that ended up taking us that long. But Darren and I were never in a hurry to really do anything. You know, we were enjoying. You know, we kind of joked around about that going to the studio was kind of like going fishing or going playing golf. For us, you know, that was what we did on Tuesday nights. It was the Sheryl Crow Tuesday Night Music Club. You know, and I don't think I ever thought we would actually have a CD in our hand, but that's what ended up happening at the end of last year. You know, we were sitting there, and all of a sudden you're going, damn, we're done. What the hell are we going to do now? We don't have artwork. We don't have a band. We don't have nothing.
Cool, guys. So now you touched a little bit on the songwriting.
You want to ask questions? What?
Yeah.
No, I'm playing with you.
So you touched a little bit on the songwriting, guys. Tell us about it. Is it a one-person effort? Would you say it's a group effort?
It's a partnership between Darren and I.
yeah,
You know, Darren throws down. You know, he's given me anything from just one riff to an entire song put together. And there's some of those entire songs that he put together that ended up just like that. I threw the words and the melody on there, and it ended up being a song. There's other versions that he gave me a whole song, and like I said, I sliced it and diced it and moved it around, and that ended up being the song. And then other ones where he just gave me one riff, and we took that one riff
and added more.
and just worked it out. And you know, I came up with a vocal line, and we're like, oh, what are we going to do to that? Well, how about this? How about that? You know, and there was a couple of actually came up with the music part of it on my computer, and took that to him and said, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
And it's
Play this, and he's humming it to me, which is awesome. And that's what he was saying earlier. That's what we love to do. That's where being in the studio working on these songs. That's why we worked on them for it seemed like a lifetime, because we were really enjoying those moments. Of going in and going, hey, check this out. Wait, listen to this new idea we're going to add to it. And also the recording process was that we could go in and record something, and that night we both leave with a CD, and we're living with that version for a week, and then we come back and we're going, oh no, we got to re-record that. We got to do it this way now, and we're going to add this or add that, or no, we're going to completely redo that. So we weren't under pressure to hurry up and get it done and have a finished product. What we wanted to have is a solid project, and just that's why, like I said, it took a while, because we really truly did go over everything and really think it out, and
just wanted something we could be proud of at the end of the day.
Cool.
We kept on saying, I don't care if anybody likes this, as long as we like it, we're proud of it. We've done our job.
We're comfortable with it. It's good.
Cool, guys. Cool. So now, how'd you guys come up with the name Lowside?
We were practiced one night, and I think I said something like, man, all these songs are a little on the slow side. And I'm like, hey, we could call ourselves Lowside. And then it's like, well, I don't know. People think maybe we're kind of slow. And then it was like, well, how about Lowside? Hey, that sounds kind of cool. So just went with it, man.
Cool, guys, cool. So how would you describe your music to people?
Hard, I don't know.
Hard rock.
Yeah, hard rock.
I mean, we're not reinventing the wheel over here, that's for sure. We're just basic hard rock with some good melodies and hopefully some good vocals, and just trying to get a good groove going. Get it to where if somebody hears it for the first time or comes to see you for the first time, that their head's going to be banging, no matter what, or their foot's going to be tapping, that they kind of catch onto that groove.
Cool. So now, you guys played a lot of live shows. What would you say are the best and the worst things about playing live gigs?
That's a tricky one.
The best things are that hour or hour and a half that you're on stage.
Yeah.
And you're right there, relating to people, and they're relating to you, and you've got that bond. The music is the bond between you, and that's where the magic happens. Also, the part that I've always loved is hanging out before and after the show with people. I used to always get in trouble. They would say, well, you need to stay in the dressing room. You can't go out into the crowd. I'm like, screw that. I'm going to go get a beer and hang out. And then after the show, just meeting people and that. The worst part to me is everything but that. It's playing Miami Beach and playing a great show, and everybody's just having a great time and partying on the bus afterwards, and there's beautiful girls everywhere. It's just an awesome time, and you're drinking till 4 a.m., and then, hey, okay, well, we got to hit the road, man. We got to play in, where were we, Pensacola the next night. So we pull out of town, everybody gets in their bunks, goes to sleep. Next thing you know, you're going, damn, it's hot. We're not moving. The bus broke down in the middle of Florida, on the road, and you were just drenched in sweat in the middle of
Sometimes you get in the rider truck and just ride on top of the equipment to the next gig. No problem.
So we rode in the back of a rider truck all the way to Pensacola.
Oh, shit.
So, and it's just stuff like that, I mean, all through our career, and any band that's on the road, you're going to have stuff that happens like as you feel that you choose. You know. But for the majority, man, you know, we love being on the road and touring. We loved it, you know. Just lots of
good times, lots of bad times.
It just got to a point, you know, to us, it's a young man's game to where, you know, when I was in my 20s and in my early 30s, I don't care about money. I don't need any money. I don't have a house. I don't have a mortgage. I don't have anything but this suitcase and this boombox. Let's rock, you know. And then after a while, it just kind of, to me, it was just like, man, I'm tired. I can't. I just don't want to go do that anymore.
Right.
And I ask myself right now, if whoever, Universal called up and said, hey, we're going to sign you guys, we want you to go on tour, you're going to go on this awesome tour, there's a part of me that's going, hell yeah, and a part of me that's going, hell no.
Right. So now, what's the strangest thing you guys seen at a show?
Oh, that's a good one, too. God bless.
Strangest thing. Man, our road manager said something to some guy one night, and he came running onto the bus. We didn't have a gun, but he was going, get the gun! Get the gun! And he closed the bus door, and next thing you know, this guy's kicking our bus door in, trying to get into the bus, trying to kick our road manager's ass.
Oh, shit.
Man, what?
I know.
We need to make a list of our stories from the day. You got us there, man. You stumped us.
Ah, brother. Well, what do you say we play a song?
Yeah.
Here and Now. What can you tell us about that tune?
Here and Now. For me, all those years of touring and all those years of playing, we always wanted more. You always had that carrot out in front of you that you were following. And we could have been playing a club. For example, a club here in Dallas called Dallas City Limits. There could have been 700-800 people there, sold out. Just an awesome night. But you're sitting there telling yourself, "Damn it, we're not playing at the really big club, and we need to be playing at the Bronco Bowl or the Coliseum. You know, damn it, why are we playing this club? You know." And in all reality, you need to look that right there in front of you was an awesome time. And we still had a great time. But as I look back at it now, I'm like, man, and I tell bands that are popular here in town, and they'll do the same thing. Oh, man, there's only 200 people here. I'm like, you need to relish this moment, because it may not get any better than this. And just appreciate what you got.
Right.
And I relate that, you know, remember the old song, Stop and Smell the Rose? Kind of the same thing, you know, with my family now. You know, I got 2 little kids, and just slowing it down and appreciating every moment, you know, with your family, your kids, your parents, your brothers and sisters. Just appreciating what you got right in front of you.
Cool, man. All right, addicts, check this out. This is Here and Now. From Lowside, we'll be right back with Ron and Barry.
Looking beyond wild ride.
All right, addicts, check it out. We're back with Rod and Darren from Lowside. Guys, how you doing?
We're doing good, man.
Doing great.
Cool, cool.
Oh, who was that band?
So now, when did you guys first get into music, and when did you know that this is what you wanted to do with your lives?
I was young. I was really young. Let's see. I'll blame it on Kiss. Really, I'm going to blame that on. I had to be about 12 or 13 years old and seen that ridiculousness, and I was like, oh, I got to definitely do this. This is going to be me. And then that's when I actually got a guitar then, and that's when I started playing guitar, was when I was about 12 or 13, so.
And my family, actually, my mom and dad, their best friends were in a country gospel band, and every time we'd go to their house or to any kind of get together, they would always have guitars out and be singing songs and stuff, and they would always invite us kids to come up and sing and beat around on percussion stuff or tambourines or whatever. And I ended up at 4 years old singing in church with this band, and that's kind of what got me going. And then around 7th grade, I put my first band together and got in the talent show, and that was pretty much it. Then it was on, and then Van Halen came out, and it was no stopping us after that.
Cool, guys. So now, who would you say your musical influences are?
Oh, that's a good one. I love Van Halen. I love Pantera. Let's see. There's a lot of bands. It's a lot for me. There's a lot of current bands that I like a lot too as well. So,
I was coming of age in the '70s, so it was Journey and the Babies and Van Halen and went through the Iron Maiden and the Judas Priest and of course Aerosmith. Aerosmith was my first concert. Aerosmith from Nazareth. So bands like that,
Cool. So now, when you guys aren't writing, rehearsing, playing the gigs, what do you guys do for a day off? What do you enjoy doing?
I'm an assistant soccer coach for my 7-year-old soccer team. And take my little girl to ballet. So I'm pretty much soccer dad, man. I'm rocking the minivan.
Cool, man, cool.
Yeah, I like to go to Six Flags. We take the kids to Six Flags, so we do that a lot. That becomes a regular ritual here.
Now we also, Darren and I have a cover band that plays out a couple times a month. And we get out, and that's how we get our drink on. We get out there and play cover songs by anybody. We do we start out acoustic. We do Eagles and Steve Miller and that kind of stuff, and then we get into, after that, we get into Black Crowes and Kid Rock and stuff like that, and then we usually end the night doing the metal stuff, Alice in Chains and Rob Zombie and Priest and stuff like that.
Cool, guys, cool. Well, I'm like right there with you. My kids are a little bit older now, but I remember the days of driving them to cheerleader practice, and that was kind of cool for me because I was like the only dad amongst all these moms. So.
Yeah, all my friends that were having kids back when I was out on the road and having the time of my life, they're all empty nesters now. Their kids are going off to college. They're coming out to the bars, getting all crazy, and I'm going, oh man, I gotta be cool. I got soccer in the morning.
Cool, guys. So now, what would you say is the most rock star thing that's happened to you?
Oh man, one of my favorite moments ever of all time is we were staying at the Hyatt on Sunset, and I don't know if you know anything about the Hyatt on Sunset. They call it it used to be called the Hyatt House, which they would call the Riot House. Yeah. And anybody who was anybody had stayed there, and the stories were just legendary. And I had my own room. Darren had his own room, but they were adjoining rooms. And we played the night before, and we're waking up, I don't know, 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock or whatever, and the door to Darren's, the adjoining door was open, and I hear all this commotion, somebody talking loud in Darren's room. I'm like, who the heck is over there at this time of the morning? And I walk in the room, and Darren is standing there with little Richard.
I was being saved.
Little Richard in Darren's room, and I'm just like, it does not compute. This just does not seem to be, the last person you expect to see. Well, you didn't stay the night here, did you?
No.
Darren, you can tell him how you met him.
We were just partying in that room like crazy, and his room was adjoined to ours, and he heard what was going on in my room, and he came over and basically he gave me a book. It was like a Bible, not a Bible, but
it had some kind of Christian book. Something he had written that he was signing.
Telling us how, I remember back in the day when I used to party like this and be crazy. Y'all need to cut this out.
Oh, shit.
That was,
he was very cool, man. It was just awesome getting to meet him,
Yeah, that was a trip. I got his autograph. I didn't know, really what to do. Right. I'm like, Billy, seriously? That's little Richard right there. That's crazy.
Oh, shit. So, any Spinal Tap moments you guys want to talk about?
Oh, I got a good one. We were playing in Grand Rapids and at Club Eastbrook, pretty big club, maybe 3,000.
It used to be an old movie theater, like
3,000 seat place, and they had this big old huge stage, and they were fogging it up, they're getting ready to announce the band, and would you please welcome Lillian X? And I run out like I was I don't even know what, and the stage was so slippery from the smoke, I ended up just sailing with my feet in the air.
Airborne.
I was airborne, and I could not save that for nothing, and it was just like right there, the first moment, you're running out with all those people and looking at you, and you're both feet in the air. John's cracking up laughing. Stevie, everybody's losing it because I just totally bit the dust. It was awesome.
And then he jumps up like nothing ever happened.
Yeah, I jump up like, hey, that didn't really happen.
Now, a different time at that same venue, they've got a balcony that comes all the way around to the stage, to where if you're at the end of the balcony, you can pretty much see backstage behind the amps and everything. And John Sturd goes back. He was our rhythm guitar player in Lillian X. He goes back there, and he was famous for just going back behind his amps and taking a piss. And he's back there pissing in a pitcher, like a beer pitcher. He's pissing in his pitcher, and then he looks up. He didn't realize the balcony was there. He looks up, and all these people are just looking down at him, going like, "Oh my God!" That was great.
That's sweet. That's sweet. Well, the next song I want to play is "Numb." What can you tell us about that tune?
Man, Numb. It means so many things to us, and whatever your situation is in life, I'm sure it'll pertain to you. It's however you want to escape the situation that you're in. Whether it's just you're having a hard day and you worked all day and you just want to go out and drink some shots and some beers and just kind of shake off the day, or if you want to go out at lunch and eat 5 burritos at Taco Bell. You're going to feel like crap, but hey, it sure feels good in that moment,
Right.
And then also it's, older folks or people with cancer who are in pain that just, and like, look, I don't care anymore. I accept the consequence. I know what this is going to do to me. Give me the dang morphine. Give me the pill. Give me whatever it is I need, you know. So it's pretty much just, you know, that little escape that takes you away from what might be hurting you at that time, you know. I don't want to feel it, man. I don't want to feel it right now.
Cool. All right, gang, check this out. This is Numb from Lowside. We'll be right back with Ron and Darren. All right, addicts, we're back with Ron and Darren from Lowside. Guys, how you doing?
Doing all right, man.
Good.
Cool. Now, we were chatting a little bit off air there about your experiences, man, in the industry. I mean, it sounds like you guys can write a book, basically.
We should.
We've got a lot of miles on us, man. Good and bad, but we're still happy, man. We're happy. We're doing good. We're able to make music and put out a CD and play shows. We just feel so fortunate, you know, because there's other bands that were a lot more successful than we were throughout the years, and they're not so happy, you know. Everybody's seen the behind the musics and that, you know. So
there's some rough stories out there.
If back then you think, oh, if we don't make it humongous, if we don't make it Metallica big, then we're not going to be successful. And I look back at our career now, and I'm like, hey, I feel pretty successful right now. Feel pretty fortunate to be where we are.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, it'd be nice to have a few $1 million in the bank.
Right.
Oh, yeah, right?
So
I wouldn't say no, but...
So, I guess here's a related question. What advice for bands just starting out would you have?
What's that now? Oh, what advice?
For bands just starting out.
Pay attention to the details.
yeah,
Work hard. Practice hard.
you get out there and play.
Play within your strengths.
Yeah.
If your singer, singers seem like they're finally figuring it out. That they're not trying to
sing what you can't sing.
Yeah. if your singer talks like this, don't try to make you sing like that.
Right.
If your guitar player, a shredding Yngwie Malmsteen guitar player, then don't expect, let him play. And that's what we did with Darren. We let Darren play within what he was comfortable playing. And over the last few years, he's just improved so much. So as we go in and write more songs and do another record, you can expect to hear some Yngwie Malmsteen. No.
A little bit more details for the guitar.
Yeah, you'll hear some.
And good advice for young bands would be is don't be afraid to learn other people's stuff. That's what really, I think, taught me a lot on guitar. Just being able to play what you would call your rock and roll standards. If you can't do that, then, you're going to have a lot harder of a time.
And then, to me, also, the repetitions, man. That's what we're doing. We're actually at our rehearsal room right now.
Yeah.
And we've just put about an hour in, and we're going to do a few more hours after we get off the phone with you. And man, we're getting ready for a show, and we're just playing these songs over and over and over and over again. And when you're done with it, you talk about, hey, here's where we are with this one. Let's open that part up. Let's do that. Hey, what about that drum lick right there? What are you doing there? And then just working it out, man. Not getting upset. It's especially in the rehearsal mode. It's all about small incremental improvements to what you're doing. You're not going to go in there and after 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 practices be the man. So many people think, hey, I'm just going to show up and be badass.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
It doesn't work that way.
You put your homework in, you do your work at home, then you go to practice. And
It's like training.
work it out, man. It
really is.
And like a football team, they go over their assignments over and over and over. They perfect their route running. They perfect the way they pass the ball. I won't say Tony Romo. Tom Brady. I'm fucking Tom Brady. What are you telling me how to pass the ball? But he needs to. They work on it, and that's what these bands need to do.
Cool.
You don't want to kill the vibe of the creativity, but you really you got to find that part in you that really knows how to refine it and to pay attention to the little details that you need to pay attention to. Because when you take all that, the syncopated stuff that's going on in a band, you've got the drum, the whole drum set, you've got the bass, the guitar, the vocal lines, and all that going on at the same time. You want it to be in sync to where when it comes out of the big speakers at the club, it doesn't sound like mush. That it sounds like one machine making that sound. And if everybody is not on the same page, it's going to sound like mush, and it's not going to move people. And it's those bands who are able to refine it enough to make it really sound like one machine coming out of those huge speakers. Those are the bands that can move people. And people that have never seen your band before will turn around and notice. They'll go, what the heck is that?
Cool. So now...
And don't be a fucking rock star. Chill out.
Right?
Leave your ego at home. The only time you need to be a rock star is that time that you're on stage. Be a rock star then. The other time, be a worker bee.
Cool. Great advice,
Go
man.
to college.
So Now, what would you say is the ultimate goal for Lowside?
Go home and take a nap.
To sell a lot of CDs.
You know, it's really to continue having fun.
Yeah.
Playing music. You know, we're moving into the live show phase now. We've been having a great time doing the recording, and from the recording went into mastering and or mixing and mastering, and from that, you know, we were putting the artwork together, and from that, you know, now rehearsing, and we've got our first show. It's coming up April 6th here in Dallas at a great venue, and it's like a reunion show for a club that used to be really popular here in town. So there's going to be a bunch of people there. It's going to be a great event.
The basement
And,
reunion.
so we're really looking forward to that, and really we want to continue playing. We're going to hit some regional shows here: Houston, New Orleans, Oklahoma City, Shreveport, all the the cities around Texas, Austin, and San Antonio, and those, and we'll see where it takes us after that. You know, if something happens and we get the opportunity to go out and travel again and come up to New York and wherever, and Europe, and then
Back to Japan.
and we'd love to do something like that. And if it doesn't, then man, we're happy doing what we're doing, and we're just going to make the best of it and just have a blast living in the here and now.
Cool. Very cool. Now, where can the listeners find Lowside?
We have a website. It's lowside.net. We're on Reverb Nation as well. We're on MySpace.
iTunes.
But if you want to buy it digitally, all the digital outlets have it. Hard copies right now you can get at lowside.net. We've got
on
t-shirts.
Facebook too as well.
Yeah, we're on Facebook. We've got T-shirts. We've got ladies' T-shirts as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Bundled packages of those.
yeah.
Yeah, you can find all that on our website at lowside.net. So it's real easy to get to us.
Cool.
Pretty much it.
Cool, guys. Cool. Well, the last song I want to play tonight is Fear for You. What can you tell us about that tune?
Fear for You. I wrote that when I had my first child. Just basically, kind of what you fear for them. I think everything that's happened in my lifetime up until now, in the world, and how the world has changed. How much is the world going to change in his lifetime? And what the heck did I get him into?
Yeah, right.
It's like, sorry, dude. But you got to hope that things turn around for the better, and that I can lay the foundation in him to make him become a good man, and just whatever the world turns into around him, you got to hope for the best. But that's pretty much what it's about, our children, and have we left them the world that they deserve?
Cool, man. Cool. Well, Ron, Darren, I want to thank you for calling in tonight, man. It's been an honor and a pleasure.
Man, we appreciate it, Billy. Thanks for having us.
Oh, anytime, man. And you guys are welcome back anytime. You got a home here at Rock Addict Radio.
Thank you.
Cool.
Hang on 1 second, guys. Check this out, addicts. This is Lowside. Fear for You. We'll be right back.